27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, everybody? It's a hot one here in Cincinnati, but we're back for another week. More games to be played, more news to talk about. So we got nothing else for you, Ryan. Get on in here. Let's just get things rolling because you know how we are on time these days.
Yeah, we're never on time.
So, yeah.
We always run late.
That's it.
We started the show on time tonight, though.
We did.
So that's good.
Yeah. My week of playing, only one game has really changed, I believe, from last week. I don't know. Did I mention I was playing the Hunt Showdown last week?
I think you mentioned that you were going to play it at the end of the show.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've been playing that. That's fun. I played it before. Nothing new on there. They had one new mob or whatever, like enemy or boss. He's pretty cool. Besides that, good game. It's kind of like a Western Tarkov raid. We'll call them raid-based games where you kind of go in. You go in, do your thing, get out. If you die, you lose your stuff. Same with Tarkov. I'm playing Tarkov. And then the only wrench in there is a game called Marauders. It's literally the same kind of game as the other two. It's basically Tarkov in space. They have traders, they have missions, they have stash. Super cool game. It was an alpha. You can pre-order now and get the beta, but if you pre-order, you can get the alpha. But it's super cool. I think I didn't get to test out how many. I think you can have 3 or 4 crew members. I want to say 3. So you can team up with 3 of your friends, and you have your own spaceship. You go out and fly. You can fly out like in the space map, and you can shoot each other out of the other ships. But when you exit the pilot mode, it's like a big ship. It's almost like its own small Call of Duty map. There's an engine room. There's escape pods. And so all that's going on while you're flying the ship. So if you damage it, or you don't even have to damage, you can attack a player's ship and you can actually board them using escape pods. You burrow into the side of the thing, you blow into the side of the ship, and then now you're in their ship and you can actually steal other people's ships. There are NPCs. It's all this crazy stuff. It actually plays really, really well, considering, because I was surprised performance-wise, how well just going up and clicking F to pilot the ship, and all of a sudden, boom, you're in third-person mode. You're flying the ship around, and all of a sudden, press F on the escape pod. Next thing you know, you're flying this tiny little escape pod. You can breach someone's ship. It blows open, and all of a sudden, you see guys in front of you, or it's an empty ship, and it flows perfectly. And if you die, game over. Go back to the menu or whatnot, but. Actually, very solid game. I'm really hoping my friends pick it up because it's a lot of fun. I think because if you want to just go and do space combat, you can. If you want to go into the main area of the whatever map you're on, it'll be a space station or something. You go dock and you go fight either AIs as well as real players if they're in there, and you go find loot and stuff. Or you can just kind of hang out on an asteroid, wait to see a ship leaving the space station, blow them up, and to go take all their loot. They have different. You can upgrade your ship. You can get better guns. Get better armor.
So is it all PvP?
It's mostly PvP. Yeah.
Okay.
It's multiplayer only PvP. Now there is some, bots in there or whatever. It's kind of like Tarkov, or be like some dude walking around, you kill him, take his gun or whatever. But so yeah, the game is actually really, really cool. But I still do what I've been playing. And I didn't play it too much, but I played it for probably good like 2 to 4 hours, and I enjoyed pretty much every minute of it. Just wish I had There's one point where I boarded a ship and killed 3 people and stole the ship and just took it home. But you can upgrade the ship. You can put different weapons on it. Bigger guns on it. I never got to do any of that. A lot of it requires crafting and going out, getting materials, bringing them back, then upgrading. But that's obviously going to take a lot more playtime. It was only alpha, so I didn't really try to get too into it.
Okay. That sounds like it's interesting. I think if people are into multiplayer, that sounds like a way to go.
Oh, it is. Yeah, highly suggested.
Now, did you play with friends mostly, or did you play?
I played by myself the whole
random?
time.
Okay.
You could map up with random people, but I did not. I was just like, I'll just play by myself. I can hold my own, and I did for the most part.
Okay. And then your other games, you were just still Clash of Clans, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's my mobile game. I've always played that. But as far as the real gaming goes, just Hunt, Showdown, Tarkov, Marauders, all raid-based games this week.
So I jumped back into Hood, Outlaws, and Legends on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It was free last month for PS Plus. And now it has me kind of wanting to play Elden Ring a little bit, maybe. We'll see if that holds over. I'm not sure where I really fall with that. I keep getting the itch to just try it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't think $60 is a good try it point. So I've been holding out. FIFA is free this month on PlayStation, so I have downloaded that on the PS5 at this point, so I have it in my library. I don't know if I'll go back to playing it a lot or just a little, or kind of where I'm at with that yet. I have a feeling if I get super back into it, I'll just play that and only that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to avoid that, but there is some interesting FIFA news. EA is actually going to drop the FIFA license after this coming year. So this coming game will be the 30th year, I believe, of the FIFA franchise, and then after that, it's going to be EA Sports FC is what it's going to be called. That was announced this week. And then, if you were on social media at all and you follow any soccer clubs or football clubs, whatever you want to call them, they were all posting if they're going to be in the game. There's a tweet that said, "We are EAFC," and all the different clubs were putting it out. So FC Cincinnati is in it, so I'm pretty excited about that. I saw Tottenham Hotspur was listed because they can basically go get the license for the individual clubs.
Right.
And my understanding is that the leagues and clubs buying the licenses that way was cheaper than just paying FIFA for the licensing rights.
Interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see. And then I played Fortnite with the kids again. This season I'm only at level 49, I want to say, which is crazy considering how little I've played. And then I've been playing a ton on Switch and Vita, and I couldn't even keep track of what all I played on there because I've just been bouncing around on that stuff. Tay, how about you?
He made it. I actually went a different route this week. I've been playing Flight Simulator. I don't know what that was. I've been playing Flight Simulator.
1 second.
Madden. I played a little WWE.
Sounds like Mark might have something crazy going on outside his place right now.
Oh God.
We good?
I think you guys are just hearing a weed eater, so I shut the window.
Oh, okay. It sounded like there were sirens and and something else crazy. So
sorry, I don't know anything about that. That you're hearing them. That I don't know what that's about.
All right.
Yeah, but I played Flight Simulator and Madden. Played some WWE. Been brushing up on my game with the show, baseball, since it is technically baseball season. And that's about it. I've been looking for some good games to. Technically, I really don't watch baseball to the playoffs.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys because every time I watch the Reds before playoffs, I get high blood pressure. So
they won today.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's excitement because we haven't seen a lot of that, but they did win today.
Yeah. So that's where I've been at. I've been online looking for some free games to download that are worth downloading, and been programming my Stream Deck. So that was my week.
Which size Stream Deck did you get?
I got this one. Hold on. Let's see if
this one. All right, that's the same ones that I have. Yeah, the 15. I've seen a bigger one, and then there's a smaller one, which is why I was curious.
Yeah,
I was wondering if you.
The bigger one.
Never seen anyone with the bigger one, and I'm always curious if anybody ever buys that one. Yeah, obviously, they do, or they wouldn't make it.
Yeah, I seen the price on it. I was like, "Ooh, let me put that back down." Yeah, I'm good with 15.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know, you have folders, so you can press one button, and then it opens up a whole panel. So, like, technically, you could have 15 folders. So whatever 15 times 14 would be, because the folder takes up one. So like, or the go back button. So whatever that number is, but you could have folders within folders within folders.
210 for the record.
So yeah, but it technically is infinite as far as I've experienced. Now, if you memorize that many buttons, good for you. But 210 should do you fine.
Yeah. Right now, I just got the welcome button. When you hit it, it goes to the website.
I used to do like one folder would be scenes, one would be sounds. Kind of just depends on what you want to do with your stream. But
like that.
But, exactly. But speaking, you mentioned EA. I saw on Twitter today that EA stated that they were going to continue to invest in Battlefield 2042. They haven't given up on it yet. So,
Poor K. Why? Like, it's dead, right? Like, what's the player base right now? I mean, it can't be good.
Not many.
I'm looking it up. Okay. As of April 11th, Battlefield 2042, which was released in November, had an average concurrent player count of 1,963 players over the past 30 days, it says. Battlefield 5 had a concurrent player count of like 11,585 during the same time period. That just seems super low to continue to invest in it. I don't know. But they probably see more algorithms and all that stuff than we do and have an idea what they want to do with it, I guess. But
yeah, I played the Battlefield maybe twice and then put it back in the case.
Yeah, I wasn't fond of it at all. I was super excited that I only paid $20 for it. Because had I paid full price, I probably would have been super pissed off.
Like what? What's that one racing game?
Cruis'n Blast.
Yeah.
Man, they really botched that game. Could have been worse though.
Have they done any updates to make the game better or no?
Cruis'n Blast?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't played it since I played it at launch and a couple times after, and I haven't played it since. I would doubt it, but maybe. But it's on Switch, so it's a Switch exclusive. It's not meant to be for racers, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, There's supposed to be that little nostalgia piece, and that was about it. But I can't believe that it was as bad as it was. But I mean, EA's in the same boat with this, right? Like, Battlefield flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was gonna be good too. What's going on, Dexter?
What up, Dex?
So I had an interesting topic. Here, did you guys happen to watch the Unreal Engine 5? Oh, look, you're highlighting it. Trailer?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Yeah. Are we living in Unreal Engine 6?
Maybe.
Because Unreal Engine 5 is disturbingly real.
Yeah.
You get that in VR and it's just over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at, I guess it was fan art where a guy used the Unreal Engine to create a city. And I thought it was real until people started walking through buildings. I was like, oh, so somebody made this. It was pretty dope. Like, to me, the graphics is unbelievable.
Yeah. I think, like, for me, and I know this is going to sound funny coming from the bald guy, but hair is always one of my big, like, pet peeves in games. Like, how it moves or how it looks.
Tay, I need you to watch that link if you haven't seen it.
And I think Unreal Engine 5, like, like 4 minutes into the Unreal Engine video, there's a scene where it's just zoomed in on like hair, and I'm like, wow, look at how the environment is around, like, and the character just looks amazing.
I'm about to check it out now. Hold on.
Like, it's next level.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I've seen. Like,
Yeah, skip to like a minute in. When it
in,
switches to
okay.
night. That's
So, is this place totally made up, or?
yeah. So the description says my latest environment, freely based on a real life train station in Japan. My environment is running in Unreal Engine 5, lit with Lumen. I didn't use Nanite. I'm assuming that's their software. I worked on all modeling, texturing, lighting, and animation for this video. The only exception is the foliage, which is from Quixel Mega Scans.
That looks crazy.
It's
Like,
honestly scary. Like, it's just scary at this point.
like, all right, see, now I went to my conspiracy theory mind. Have they had this Unreal Engine already? Because people always talk about we never landed on the moon. So
I don't know about then, but
I don't think we're there. Yeah, I don't think we were there yet. But I think there's something to be said about the quality of things that Epic is continuing to work on.
yeah.
Because they really don't have to, right? Like, they're making money hand over fist with Fortnite.
yes. So is Fortnite keeping them, like, is that keeping them?
Oh, I think that's what helps pay the bills to the point where they're able to do what they're doing. Like,
I mean,
if you watch the video that we just had up, the link right there, like, it looks real.
Yeah, that's scary. Even the steps look wet.
now, yeah. So this is somebody who's like they aren't associated with Unreal Engine like at all, so they're able to use multiple different softwares to get this image. But the overall thing is that we're just basically showing what's possible, and it's insane. That's what, like, I assume like my kids will be playing, but that's just wild. Yeah. But I mean, as far as Fortnite goes, I'm sure they get a lot of money from that. But like, I'd say they're probably gonna do just fine with V-Bucks for like eternity.
Well, they keep putting out stupid skins that everybody wants.
Yeah.
They kill me with that stuff.
I know they're so good at it. I mean, a segue from that is, Fortnite also stays alive from its events. And speaking of events, any of you guys see the Call of Duty Godzilla and King Kong event?
Yeah, and we've said that on a previous episode. I'm still not sure how I feel about it.
Well,
I feel like I'm just repeating myself, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, after watching it, I'm like, this is weak. I mean, a lot of people said it's more fun to watch than it is to play. I'd probably agree with that. Like, it's not like you can get like score streaks like off of them, and so like
Yeah.
you get Godzilla's laser, and you can call it in on the map, and then Godzilla will like laser that area, which is like pretty cool. If you ask me, and I don't know if Godzilla's one, or I'm sorry, King Kong's one is might like throwing like a giant rock or something in an area. So it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
But
Yeah, I mean, I tried to download the update the other night, and it was taking forever. I was sitting at like 94% for quite a while. So, I mean, I'll probably jump in at some point and just mess around with it for a little bit, but
I probably will not play it like at all. I know want to play that personally, but
I'm always game to try something one time, especially if it's free.
I get that.
You know,
To me, it's this thing. I know I'll play like maybe one time.
Dexter bringing up the new Gotham Knights demo.
I saw that. I didn't look at it yet. Let me look at
So it looked really good. I'm super confused as to why they canceled the PS4 and the Xbox One versions.
Is it PC only?
No, it's going to be on PS5, Xbox Series S and X.
Oh, okay. So the old versions got canceled.
Yeah, so they did that because, you know, just like they did with Madden, people were complaining about the gameplay. So now people on PS4 can play people on PS5 and Madden because of the gaming engine and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but I just don't think that like there aren't enough PS5s out there. So like unless it just could not run, like I would think that they would leave it at. I mean, my only thought is that it just wasn't able to run on the PS4. Like they kept trying it and they were like, you know what, it is not worth fighting this engine and trying to get it to run.
I'm watching the gameplay. I mean, like I'm not a huge single player guy, so I feel like I can't really give too much of an opinion on that. But I'd say like the graphics look pretty good. Excuse me from yawning.
Well, we're all doing it. It's contagious.
I started going to the gym in the morning. That's why. But and like I don't know. I never understood. I'm not a huge person on these combat style kind of games, but as far as graphics goes, it looks good. But I don't really know how you tell like what makes these games good and not good, and what makes them look good. Like he says, it looks okay. So I'm asking, Dexter, what he likes about the gameplay. Apparently, it's co-op. He said.
Yeah, it's
co-op. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Too. Did you see the price on the collector's edition?
$500.
This is gonna make Tay lose his mind. $300.
You know what I could do with $300?
A lot.
Right.
Less and less. Less and less each day.
Yes, less and less each day. Yeah, I mean, I looked and was like, wow. I mean, it's a four-person statue, PVC, that comes with a collector's edition, but 300 bones is just way out of my price range when it comes to a collector's edition.
$240.
Yeah.
So you get the pre-ordered bike, the bat sickle skin. Okay. You get the packaging in a 16-page media book. You look at that once. You get a augmented reality collector's pin. It costs about maybe $2 to make, and then you got the four-person statue, like you said.
Yeah, with the gem lead certificate.
Then you get like a couple skins, I guess. Boosted gear, there's really not a whole lot to that. Like,
it seems super expensive for what you're getting out of it.
I think I paid the same price for the Juggernaut edition, and that's like an actual mini fridge that keeps things cold. That statue's gonna collect dust.
All right, but you know what? Since that price is really steep, I'm going to wait until somebody trades it in and half-price books and buy it. Hey, I've had so many steals in half-price books. Yeah.
I didn't even know people took games there.
Oh yeah.
Games, collector statues, all type of stuff. Systems.
Interesting.
Yeah, they have a ton of stuff.
Whew. Very interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's why I got my the Adventures Collector's Edition. I got it there for $40, but it was still almost 200 in the store, and the code still worked. That's how I was shocked. Yeah,
Dang, didn't even use their code.
yeah. I guess the person just bought it, and like the game, like when I took the game out of the metal case, it looked like they didn't even play it.
All right. That is a good steal. Maybe it was stolen.
Yeah.
They stole it and took it to Half Price Books.
Hey, well, thank you, Half Price Books. Unsponsored. Shout out.
Unsponsored.
Oh man, yeah, it was definitely like, and really like. I want to ask you guys. So, I'm downloading a whole lot of free right now, but I can't find any good strategy games or simulation games
That are free?
Yeah.
You're not going to.
Okay. All right. So I can end that search.
Yeah. Most simulation games and strategy games take so much to develop that they're really, really hard to find for free. There are some out there, but like very, very difficult to find. Trying to think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot in browsers, but nothing like super. Like, you're not going to find like a Civilization or anything like that, or Age of Empires that's free. Mark, can you think of any? Because I can't think of any.
Not that are just straight up free. They're like, oh, the best free strategy game out there. You know what I mean? But like, you might be able to catch them every now and then on random things. That's the only thing I can think of. But you're not gonna just get. There's not like a game out there that's just straight up free.
So what y'all telling me? Stop being cheap.
No, I mean you can like
Command and Conquer, the remastered collection, is on Humble Bundle, along with a bunch of other games for $12. There's also Surviving the Aftermath. I've never played that, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of like a single player strategy guide in its own sense.
Alright. Got my Humble Bundle now. Oh, they got Assassin's Creed for $3.74. Wow.
Yeah, I mean some of the games are going to be pretty cheap. I mean they do the Calypso Hits has Tropico 6 in it. So that game well worth the $15 on its own in that bundle. But that's there's a bunch of strategy games in that bundle. Tropico 6 was good. Railway Empire was pretty solid. Sudden Strike 4, I've heard a bunch of people really like that. I haven't played that one, but I've heard people like that. But yeah, there's a bunch of different bundles they have on there right now. I think you'll dig Tropico. You like build your own island, essentially.
You guys remember that Core Keeper game that I was playing a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not official yet, but apparently they're going to be coming out with their first big content update called the Sunken Sea, I think it was. Yeah, the Sunken Sea. So unofficial, but kind of, I'm really looking forward to that. You know,
What do you know where it's going? Like, obviously something sea related, but is it like Atlantis? Is that what they're kind of trying to?
I don't think there's been that much of a leak, but I'm gonna assume that's kind of where it's going. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And that was like a 16-bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be fun. What's with this Fortnite cheater situation?
So there was a company, business, whatever you want to call it, and basically, like, just another one of those companies that sells hacks, and they were selling Fortnite hacks, and Epic Games, instead of just, decide like having a good anti-cheat, they took another step forward and began suing the people who were selling the cheats, and they just won. And so now the company selling the hacks has to pay an undisclosed amount of money to Epic Games, and Epic Games has come forward and stated that all of that money is going to be going to children's hospitals.
Hey, good for them.
Yeah,
They have more money than God anyway.
So yeah, it's just really.
Let me drink my water.
I'm just saying,
really nice
like,
to see that, you know what I mean? So it's like we were saying, they're making all this money off of V-Bucks and all that jazz, and so it's nice to see that when stuff is coming in that doesn't involve their business tycoon of what it is.
Right. Tay, Red Dead Redemption 2 is on sale on Steam for $30. It's GTA, but with horses.
Yes, and a lot of alcohol and bad language. Yes.
Red Dead Online is only $9.99. Just thinking,
So if you buy the game, then you got to buy the online too.
No, the online comes with the game.
Okay.
But if you just want to play the online, you can just play the online. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch. It's not Steam Summer Sale yet, right?
No, I think that's in June, maybe July.
There's just a ton of stuff on sale right now. I was like kind of shocked.
Yeah, there's some. It's not only is it like there's a decent amount on sale, it's like big names too.
Yeah, NBA 2K22 for PC, Tay, $9.59.
Hold on, what's this on?
Steam.
Let me open up my Steam.
Best game provider ever created.
$10 for NBA. Hitman 3, $26.99. All kinds of different stuff. Trying to see if there's anything just crazy out there, like, Death's Door, which I loved. That was one of my favorite games this past year. Like $11.99.
Dang,
it's really good. It's so good.
Let me get my Steam Deck first.
Mine is now saying July.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check mine.
I looked the other day because I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a notice that it's shipped or not, or what's going on. I went like under my account. Yeah, like there was like store preferences or something, and then you kind of have to like backtrack into it, and it says Q. Mine now says Q3. It was Q2. Yeah. But I mean, that's one of those things where it's just like I think they'll just keep getting pushed back for a while. But yeah, Tay, there's a ton of games on sale on Steam that you would probably really like. Mafia 2's on sale for $10. The definitive edition. If you haven't played those in a while.
Yeah, I have played that in a good grip. That and Max Payne.
Wow. I mean, there's a ton. I can't believe it's not summer sale given what's on sale. So, I found an interesting article on the Switch, and it kind of caught me off guard. The Nintendo Switch sold more games last year than any other Nintendo console in history.
Really?
So it says. This is from Games Radar. Jordan Gerblick. For the financial year of 2021, they sold more than any other Nintendo console in history. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl sold a combined 14.65 million copies, while Pokemon Legends Arceus sold 12.64. Mario Party sold almost 7 million, and then Skyward Sword sold almost 4 million.
Dang.
Nintendo also, this is the one that blows my mind. Nintendo also reported Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 10 million copies last year. That game released originally on the Wii U.
Now, how
May
much of a factor?
29th of 2014.
How much of a factor do you think COVID played into that many sales?
90%.
Probably.
90%, because most of these games that are selling like that, this generation and the generation before them probably didn't even know about.
Well, Animal Crossing sold 6 million. And then third-party publishers had 39 games that sold over 1 million units in 2021.
That's crazy.
That's like 39 third-party titles that sold over 1 million units. It's just hard for me to fathom like that it's there. There were 23 million Switches sold in 2021.
But we can't find a PS5 to save our life.
Here's where it's interesting.
So why are they finding the chips to do the Switch, but they can't find chips to do PS5?
I think it was before. So like it's all about timing. Like the Switch probably sold that many, or majority of those before supply chain issues became a thing. I remember they were hard to find like a couple months into COVID, but like
yeah, like April and May of that year, they were impossible to find. But like, I think they had a supply already built up, and then there's also been a price drop on the Switch on the original model. It just finally dropped to $259.99.
So the one you got is the newer Switch, right, with the LED screen?
One of them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, two of them are, so I have the original model, and then I have the original model with a new battery. And then I have the OLED one. The OLED one has not dropped in price. But as much as I play them, and as much as my kids play them, they're worth it. Like, we play them a ton. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not asking the 5-year-old where one of the Switches is. Like, hey, where's the Switch with the green Joy-Cons? Hey, where's the Switch with the blue and yellow Joy-Cons? Like, because he's playing them till they die, and then he sits them down somewhere, and I'm like, no. They have to go back in a charger somewhere. There's a dock somewhere that you can put them into charge. But I mean, we play them a ton.
So you got docks all over the house?
There's 2 down here.
2 in the same room?
Yeah, well, because they're in different places. So there's one on the TV here, right? Like that'll split between the 2 TVs behind me, and then there's one on my desk. So when I stream Nintendo stuff, there's one there, right? And then we have one in one kid's bedroom and one in the other kid's bedroom.
Gotcha.
And then there's one that isn't an actual dock; it's just a cord. Like it's one of the off-brand like cord-only docks. Like it's like a travel dock, I guess you would say. And we have one of those upstairs as well. So you can just plug the bottom of the Switch into that power brick, and it goes through HDMI to the to the TV. But I mean, we play that stuff a ton, so.
Yeah, like now I got a question too, because I was sitting riding and listening to my music. Have you ever got to the point where you were like blah about gaming? And if you did,
Yeah.
how did you get back into having that love for games?
College was mine when I quit playing. It was partially financially motivated for me. Like, I didn't have the money to go buy the new games as they came out. And I had a 360 at the time. And I joke about this all the time. Like, I didn't have any friends to play with, like in any of those games. So we talk about it. I actually, in the show notes for today, you can look and see where I said, friends, what's that? Like, I just wasn't really into Xbox Live then and didn't play much online. And I bounced back and forth between Wii and 360. But then I got to the point where I couldn't afford the new games as they were coming out, so I just didn't play them.
You know, I find that really interesting, just based off of like when I feel like I don't have any money, that's what I do is go play video games. But I mean, I understand not being able to buy the new games and stuff, but like it's like, oh well, I guess I'll just game or whatever, because it's like you have. I mean, I don't know how many games you have in college, but anyway, I was just saying I find that fascinating.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so,
I
what
was
it you would do?
Work my butt off. Like I was also a music major, so my class schedule was always really overloaded. And I had rehearsals and I had to spend time in practice rooms and all that stuff, right? So a lot of that time that I would have spent gaming, I was in practice rooms or at a rehearsal or working on new music or looking at things, like, so I didn't have much time to play. But yeah, I mean, I spent a ton of time like doing work, you know, so it wasn't like by the time I got home, like to my apartment from campus, I was like, all right, I've got 30 minutes to do this assignment and then hope that I stay awake long enough to finish it. Eat some ramen and then I'm done. So, I mean, I remember playing Madden a lot still then. Like that was kind of my go-to. But everything else kind of got pushed aside as far as what I was playing. And then FIFA, I played some FIFA on the Wii. I remember, and then Mario. But those were like the only 3 games that I really played then. So I was kind of in a funk for a while, like as far as games went, because I went from working at GameStop to not while I was in school, right? And I would go to the GameStop up the street from my apartment and chat with the guys there and the girls that worked there, and I would get some old stuff here and there that would be on sale. But I mean, there was definitely a funk for quite a while. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, probably 2003 to 2005, somewhere in that general time frame.
It's about 2 years.
Yeah, like I would say, and then after AJ was born in 2005, like, and I had to be home more. Like when I came back from Autobahn, like when I came back from school. Maybe 2006. When I came back from school and just was like, all right, well, I have the kid during the day or whatever, and I'd hold him and play, and that became kind of the thing. And what year did Modern Warfare 2 release?
Oh, I'm 2012. It's a random number. It's probably earlier than that, right?
Probably. I want to say it was 2009. Yeah, 2009. So that's kind of when I was really back into it.
Dang, that's crazy.
Like really, really back into it because I put hundreds of hours into that game.
Yeah, that's a long stretch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was doing a lot of things. Like I just remember like when we first had kids, like there was a lot going on, and I was like, they were here in Cincinnati, I was in Columbus, was driving back and forth, so I was going to school 2 hours away, so that was 2 hours up and back on some days, right? So that would have been normal game time.
Your days got killed by a truck.
Yeah, like it's similar now. Like during the pandemic when I worked from home, my game time went through the roof because I saved an hour and a half commute, like 45 minutes each way. And I even noticed that now because some mornings, like I'll leave the house at like 6:45 and at 8 I'm pulling in the office. And I'm like, oh, this is brutal. But like when I don't have to commute, I played a ton. And it just makes a difference. It just depends on where your time falls. Like, but I went through a really rough funk. Like, I would buy NCAA and play it till Madden came out, and those would be the 2 games I would buy in a year. In that stretch, like I can tell you, I honestly those would be the games that I played in that stretch. And I just knew, like, realistically, I could afford to buy 2 new games a year. And now, like, and I'm not trying to brag, but like, I struggle to not just buy 2 new games a week because I can. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, what came out? Oh, cool. Like, and then I'm like, cut it out. Like, stop. And I've gotten better at not buying them all when they're 60. We've talked about that a lot, right? Like, but
right, you start buying them on sale and stuff.
Yeah, but like certain games I look forward to every year. Like I know I'm going to get FIFA. I know I'll get in NHL. I get Madden. But again, with all the years that I worked in the industry, I know that Black Friday I can usually get Madden for $29.99 or cheaper, right?
Yeah.
So like just hold out a few months and now I can get it at a better price. But yeah, dude, life kind of took over for a bit, and I think you're kind of in that spot, Tay. Like, and like I don't know all of your experiences right now, but I know like when you move to a new place and you're trying to like get your feet under you while you're in a new place, like gaming sometimes takes a back seat, and that's okay. Like,
like gaming has always been my like stress reliever and my go-to. It's like now I was staring at the wall like, hey, yeah, I could be getting the game in, but not feeling it. So I
went through a movie match. So
you just want to sit there. You just don't want to do anything. Like you've been overstimulated all day, so you just want to sit there.
Yeah,
it's like almost like a meditate in a way.
So I got a library card when I was in college to the local like library branch that was down the street, and I used to just go get DVDs. Like, because they didn't have games at first, I would just get DVDs and watch movies.
What are those?
Yeah, exactly. Right. But like, I mean, I would do that instead of playing games because I just didn't want to have to like be all into it. Right. Like I was just like, all right, I can chill and watch a show or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it takes I mean, Mark, you had a little funk here for a while. It was a few months back, but you had a stretch where you were like, I haven't played much.
Yeah, I think probably was stretching the truth too. I mean, because if you didn't count mobile games, which I mean personally I don't, but nothing against mobile gamers, but just like for me, the amount of hours that I put on games versus mobile is not the same. I mean, I wasn't playing at all. I didn't even have my setup like going. I was playing. But you know. It always finds a way back into my heart.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I was like, when I have my own place, like when we buy our own house, we're gonna have a game room. Like that's going to happen, and then it did. You know, like there are days when I'm down here and I find myself just watching a movie. I'm like, this is not what this was for.
Escape.
Yeah, but it's just a way to get away. I mean,
exactly.
You know, sometimes I just don't feel like having a controller in my hand or even thinking about like what I have to do. I watch people on Twitch play still a lot of times when I just want to chill. So tell you, I've been there, man. Like it's a rough stretch.
And then I'm so guilty of this. I'm probably not the only one. That turn on the game system, put the controller in the hand. It's like, hey, I'm about to play a game. Then go to the apps and turn on Netflix.
At least you didn't do. At least you don't do what I usually do. I turn the system on, put the controller in my hand, and then I'm like this.
I do that all the time.
Like,
wake up and then it's like your screensaver. It's just sitting there like. Then it goes into standby mode. I was like, okay.
Or they hit me with, "Are you still there?"
Yeah.
Jerk. I sure am. But yeah, no, I mean, you're still trying to find your feet in the new city. Like I think everybody kind of goes through that at some point in their life. Like, I mean, and like Mark moved and now has a new job. Like, so that, I mean, that can, affect that stuff.
And then your room
jobs. Here's the opposite thing too, right? I mean, like, depending on what's going on in your life, it could do the opposite, whereas you're playing more. Maybe, I mean, it might not always be good things. Maybe you lose your job. Now you're playing all the time. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting how it plays out.
For me in 2009, I was working at what is essentially a seasonal job, right? I was running a softball complex. During the winter, we were closed. So I had whatever games I bought going into that winter was what I had to get me through to the next spring when work started back up again, kind of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of how that worked. Which is why Modern Warfare 2 got so many hours, because like October, November, December, like I just played them. I want to say that game probably released the first week of November. Or second week of November in 2009, because they used to release like in that general time frame. And I would bet you November, December, and January, and February, that's all I played.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah. I mean, that was when we did that Xbox anniversary episode and we were on the service. That was the one that I played the most.
Yeah.
And it was like, you played this game the most on Xbox Live. And I was like, huh? And then I went back and thought about it, and I was like, "Oh no, that was that winter. Like, it definitely was." And that's when I had friends. I was playing with some friends that, I saw more often. But once you have kids, like your world changes a little bit. And then you're like your kids' friends, their parents become your friends, kind of.
Right.
By default, yeah.
Yeah. So then. Like, if they're not gamers, then you're not spending as much time gaming. Like, I joke with one of our friends, like, we should play some PGA or whatever. Like, and he got it on Switch. And I was like, we should totally play that. And then we never do. Because we never find time to play together, right? Like,
it's the Hollywood talk. Like, yeah. How your people call my people, we'll get a game together.
Yeah, no, I know. We'll have every intent to play together, and then something else comes up with the kids, or like, like I'll have come June, like at the end of this month, like I'll have like June and most of July free. Like most normal people would want to be outside, right? Like they want to be out and enjoy the weather. Like it's going to be nicer. It's warm here in Cincinnati during June and July. Go out, catch some rays. And I'm like, nope. Hibernation mode. I've been outside coaching all spring and all fall. I just want to enjoy my summer break of no soccer, like, and kind of, hunker down. So I'm sure my gaming will pick up next month. And I bet yours will eventually settle in again, Tay, too, once you.
Yeah, I got it. Like when I was home and I kind of had my room together, I played more, but it's like now I can't really design my room.
You also had a different routine at home, right? Like less of a commute.
Yeah. I was like 4 minutes away from the house.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference, man. You're like, I might make it in time for the show, but I'm on the road. We'll see what like.
Right, like I do 80 miles a day.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 35 for me each way. And that's if I don't stop at the soccer fields on the way home, because they're not really on the way home.
Or pick up something to eat. It's like, there goes the extra 10 miles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I think eventually you'll get out of that funk. I mean, I did. It took me a little longer than most. But I mean, I even worked at a Hollywood Video at one point.
You're telling your age.
That's fine. Mark's like, what's that?
Google.
But I worked in the games department, and we used to be able to take a game home, like when it would release, and try it out so we could tell people about it. And like, that's really, I think, when I got back into the swing of playing a bunch. And then I wound up back at GameStop not too long after that.
Hold on. I'm going to make sure
So,
I'm looking at the camera when I say this. For anybody that works at GameStop now, I've put in over 200 applications. Can I get one call back?
No, won't let you. I mean,
what store's closest to your house right now, where you're staying?
Sugarland. GameStop Sugarland, Southwest.
Like, hey, you guys don't know me, but you guys need to hire this guy right now. But
in the
Ryan, how you're
is it in the First Colony Mall?
That is it.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, Ryan, you're saying how your game's probably going to pick up next month. Mine will probably slow down because of the weather.
Right.
I'll be out on the water in the kayak, hopefully.
Yeah, like everybody has different things. Like soccer takes the majority of what I have free time, right? Which is why the Switch and the Vita have gotten a ton of extra playtime.
Hold on. Mark, you kayak?
Yeah.
Didn't you just buy them?
No, I got one. 2018, 2019, somewhere around there.
Hey, I am so scared to do that.
Why? I mean, I don't go anywhere crazy.
No, to have your legs enclosed and then like if it flips out like that is
not fair. You can escape. Your legs aren't like strapped in, you know. I mean, if anything, you would just push off the kayak with your hands. Your legs would come right out. But I mean, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where my kayak could flip, unless like my friends were purposely trying to or something like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, the Little Miami River, the Ohio River, any lake, like you should be pretty much fine. Now the stuff where people are going off waterfalls and all that, yeah, that ain't for me. No, thank you.
Little Miami River's right by my house.
Yes, I mean, maybe the other day you could have flipped after we got all that rain, but
it was rough the one day.
Yeah, it was high and it was moving.
Last weekend,
the raft.
Last weekend on Saturday, it was rough because I drove up to the soccer fields and we passed that the kayak place there, Green Acres or whatever it is, in Harrison. So, and the water looked rough.
Yeah, it was choppy.
So, oh man. So what else is going on? We got anything else? Like, we're actually close to that 1 hour mark. We're doing okay.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask. I seen a green screen wall. It was like a pop-up wall for gaming. It was made by the same people that make the Stream Deck.
Yeah, the Elgato one.
Yeah,
it works. I have one. I mean, if you really want one, you don't need a green screen. But
they work. Yeah, they definitely work. But you can get them much cheaper than that Elgato one.
Yeah, for sure.
Mine was much cheaper. Like I think I got mine on Amazon, and I did not pay nearly what the Elgato price was. I've had a couple different ones actually. I got one that straps to the chair now.
Yeah, I seen that at Five Below. They had them for 15.
Yeah.
But sometimes like it's cool and it's convenient, but then it's like it depends on what system or what camera you're using. The green screen is really not thick enough, and it's like blah.
Thick enough.
Well, if you have light coming through it, it can be a problem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most of them that I've seen online have been pretty good. But I did have a lighting issue with one of the ones that I had, but it was mainly because of where the lighting was in the room. And then I figured it out. It was okay. But I mean, you can get one for like $30. Or here's one, $16.99. $16.99 non-sponsored. Amazon.
Amazon.
Post it in the chat and in the private chat so people can see it in the game. On YouTube, it's split into two different things. It's too big of a thought or too big of a name, but yeah, like $17. That one looks like it would serve its purpose. But yeah, I mean, I used one for a while. Now I don't. My Razer camera actually has software that allows me to just make the background disappear behind me. So,
you said a Razer camera?
Yeah. Which I'm trying to think of what the name of the camera is that I have. The Razer Kaio Pro. But yeah, it just makes the stuff go away. So I don't ever I can just make everything disappear. Like I can remove the background completely just by clicking a button. So if you look, and now I have no background. And there's no I don't have any green screen up either. So but similar to I can replace the background if I wanted to as well. Just to if you get the right camera with the right software, you don't even need the screen, but they do work. I mean, Mark, you used one for a while on your streams, didn't you?
Yeah, I still have it, but I don't know. I think what I found from multiple surveys on multiple different platforms is that I found that most viewers on Twitch don't like green screens.
They don't like what?
Green screens. Interestingly enough, people like having stuff in the background. I think it's more natural. I think it leads to potentially more funny stuff. You know, if they rage and go storming off in the background, or I don't know, just anything. I think they like having a background versus just the game. But I also think it kind of depends on the content that you're creating. Maybe if you're like a caster or like a upcoming caster, maybe that makes sense. You know, you're reviewing something and you want to be on screen. That makes sense. You know, you don't want something really distracting in the background. Yeah, but I'd say if anytime you're just gaming, people typically want a background for whatever reason. And I think I'm kind of the same way too. Like when it comes to my viewing experience, I like having a background. Kind of can tell you a little bit more about a person.
All right, I'm about to shoot y'all this link. The guy, his name is Chibata Mitch. He's a Madden streamer, but he stands up the whole match, but he's in front of his screen. I'm trying to figure out how he does it. I can't put it in the regular chat because his mouth is off the chain. Yeah. He says some stuff. Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Because I really like standing up. I just put it in the chat.
I mean, you can get a standing desk, right? I mean, you can find them fairly inexpensive at this point. Let me see. I remember seeing one the other day.
Elgato Face Cam.
I have one of those too.
Is it worth it?
No. Right now, it doesn't work with the one the one computer I have it hooked up to. It doesn't want to function with it, and I don't know if it's because the USB drive is the wrong USB drive or what the deal is. But yeah, I'm not a fan. There's an Amazon Basics adjustable gaming desk for $130. Yeah, it's got a crank to raise it and lower it, but I mean, if you really want a standing desk and want to do that sort of thing, you should be able to
No. So go to the chat and check the video so you can see what he's doing. Cause like I would love to do that.
Oh, I want to see you with your shirt off.
No, not with my shirt off.
Show me them drawers.
Oh shoot! But you see how
This guy is sick.
The
Yeah.
game's in the background. He's just standing like I was like,
Yeah. And I've done something similar, but I wasn't standing up. But he's a sweaty mess, bro. He got baby oil on.
Yeah.
He yeah, I don't know that, but yeah, he's probably got. I would guess he's got a camera. He's also using some sort of filter, and the only reason I know that is because I can see the part of the logos through his pants.
Did you guys see Pokemon's filter that she has on her stream?
I don't think I did.
Okay, so XQC went on her podcast, and the stream right after that podcast, he was like, bro, I don't know what that filter is, but look at me. That's not even me. And it's him, and his complexion's like perfect. He almost looks like an anime character.
Oh, this is the one where she used the beauty filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I did see this.
It's heavy, too. Not that I care, but I just think it is kind of funny when like people start to take notice. Like,
Well, that's how my
like,
Facebook picture looks right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did one of those like where like it basically makes you look like you're drawn, like it's like an artist rendering of you.
Yeah, there's a big trend of that going on right now.
Yeah, I did it just to see what I'd look like, and I was like, it's it's newprofilepic.com or something like that.
Yeah, I thought I saw that on like.
Yeah, it made me laugh. I was like, man, I look like semi-seriously like I actually look halfway decent in a profile pic for once, but
that's a whole different thing, though.
Yeah.
But, should we close out this podcast talking about cooking streams?
We absolutely should.
So
yeah,
just
go
a
ahead.
PSA: if you're cooking with oil and it catches fire, don't use water to put it out. Someone on Reddit mentioned, and I didn't even really think about it, that they said that, and the streamer we're talking about is it's KJ or K Jane Karen. It's a KJANECARON.
Give her a follow. Tomorrow's her birthday.
Tomorrow is her birthday. Happy birthday! Your birthday present is not burning down your house/apartment. But on Instagram, she put out that everything's fine. The apartment came and everything, and she said no big deal. So, but she's really lucky. She was throwing the pan around, fires spraying everywhere, and then she goes to the sink, and there's water in the sink, and also her sink starts flaming up because it's oil. And somebody on Reddit mentioned how lucky she was; she didn't manage to open up the tap. And like, wow, that is so true.
What's our page?
Yeah, I just sent you the link. The link is in the private chat, and it's in the show chat, so everybody can go take a look. This is a Twitter post. So this happened at like noon this morning, like right before noon. And then she's still live streaming right now on her page. And I was watching her before we came on the show because I was like, man, I can't believe she almost caught her whole freaking place on fire. And then I looked again and was like, whoa, baby. Like, she's cooking again. She was making herself a birthday cake this time. Here's actually her Twitch stream.
I think
do not watch that video in like where you have children around, because she goes a little bit on the crazy side.
Well,
but
she starts cursing up a storm, right, as a person would do naturally. But
she posted, "I'm okay. I burned my hand a little. The fire department came. No big deal." That's like the best part. I just burned my hand a little. Like, just a little. She got lucky that she didn't do something stupid. You're totally right. Like, it could have gone much worse.
It could have been a Twitch horror story. So
yeah,
good thing everything's all right there.
But this is her. Go check her out. Like,
hey, no, we know not to ask her to cook.
Her right. Like her stream right before we came on the show, I was like, oh, she's live right now. Let's go see what she's doing. She was making a birthday cake. But, you know, people were popping in her stream like, oh, I'm glad to see you're okay. Like, You know, that stuff happens during live streams, but it like
I think I figured out how to get popular on Twitch. It's fire, right? Think
there you
about
go.
it. That one guy was using a like flamethrower in the background of his stream. That clip blew up. She catches her kitchen on fire. So you can incorporate flames into your stream. You're gonna have big bucks.
Oh, speaking of that, before we go, we're over the hour mark again, as always. Tay, you sent me a thing on Instagram of a kid who had had like. So, Mark, you know when the Bengals come out and there's like flames that shoot up, like as they run out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the guy with the lasers and after the COD war.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but I finally found where he was at, like what his Twitch was.
Oh, okay.
I need to try to find it again, but I did eventually find this kid, and he does really use it on a regular basis.
Yeah,
And
he uses it anytime he gets a kill. Or maybe not every time. He does like the rave every time. I don't know if he does the flames every time.
I want to know how to do that.
I want to know.
Like I don't need the flames, but I need the lasers. I need because let's be real. When I play a shooter, if I get a kill, it's a monumental event. So like every time I get a kill, which would be like once every like 3 rounds, I need those lasers to go crazy. That's my new goal with the game room. I want to put in some crazy laser stuff.
Now you got me looking for his page again. Flames.
If you Google the right couple keywords, you should be able to find it.
Yeah, I mean, kid was crazy. Hold on, I'll find it.
He went nuts all in the room. I was like, okay, yeah, he's a little bit into that game. What is his daggone name?
BR. Hold on, here's. I just got killed by this kid on stream. His name, and this is what I see. Let's see, there's got to be a. Yeah, I can't find his name right now either, but I found it at some point in the comments. Crossmouse. CROSSMAUZ.
CROSS. Yeah.
This kid.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Shout out for being original, you know? That's like some crazy stuff.
I think it's crazy. Like,
he's only 14.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Like,
something like that.
And is he German?
Yeah.
Is that the? Yeah.
Yeah, he's German.
I mean, good for him. But yeah, check out some of his stuff if you have time. Like, if you're watching us, like, he's got some crazy stuff going on in his streams. He also obviously used some sort of copyrighted music because they muted part of his stream.
I notice a lot of people are starting to use copyrighted music again.
Yeah, he's got some crazy lights though. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. We got to bounce. We are over our 1 hour time limit, which is not anything new for us, but be sure to check us out next week. We're 99.9% sure our guest is available next week. We may have to record that portion early, but we'll find out. But we are super excited to be sharing some really cool news with you guys over the next couple of weeks. And there's a lot of excitement going on in the esports scene here in Cincinnati, just as Tay goes down to Texas. Yeah, and could be doing some fun stuff up here.
Right.
It's like, Mr. I want to get out and do stuff is out and doing stuff somewhere else. So
yeah. So hopefully I can get into the esports Coliseum officially.
yeah, I mean that'll be cool if you get a chance to do that. So. Oh, all right, everybody. We will see you next time here on the Connection Interruption Podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. Follow
names in the corner. Now's a good time to notice them.
These guys.
Right all social media. This guy.
Damn.
That guy. Follow that guy. Follow that guy.
Yeah, follow these guys.
Yeah.
So mine's is easier. Follow those guys.
Yeah. Wait, here we go. Oh, now we switched it. Now I can go like this.
Yeah, follow that guy.
This out.
And that guy. Yeah,
Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next time here on the Connection Interruption Podcast.
Yeah, that guy.